That was sick.
Dizzy Gillespie, like. All right, we're about to hit up the new episode in 3, 2, 1. Yo, 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 and hello, and welcome to Game Speak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are streaming live every Monday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast and Facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast.com. If you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else, be sure to go ahead and join our ever-growing community in the GameSpeak Podcast Discord at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games, battle and catch Pokemon, get show updates, talk about anime, and, do some other shit over there. We do a lot of stuff, but actually we need to do a lot more stuff in there. But
do a lot more.
But this show is three BFFs bringing you the hottest video game news of the week. I'm one of your hosts, Jamal Al Jafra, alongside Brent Bass and Devin Mayer.
Why do you always look at me when we finish that?
You're the only one that does anything. What'd you do?
We're like, all right, do something, Devin. The show started.
They're keeping me here against my will.
Yeah, we just bring you in here because you're the only person who walks outside the house, apparently.
Touches grass and gets sun. I got a lot of fucking sun, if you can't tell. I'm super burnt. I was in Galveston all weekend.
Nice.
And I forgot to put on sunscreen one day. And,
be like that.
Yeah,
sometime.
I paid for it dearly.
Well, that's fucking awesome.
How was
Galveston?
Galveston?
It was a lot of fun.
Did y'all swim? Was it
No, I
too cold?
I don't get in the water.
Were y'all,
No.
what were
If
y'all
I
doing?
swim,
Fishing
it's in
or
a
like-
pool. I did a little bit of fishing. I caught a really big trash catfish called a
A
hardhead.
trash fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old trash fish.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was the biggest hardhead I ever
They're
caught.
fun to catch.
And I thought I had a legitimate fish on there, and then I pulled it out, and I was immediately upset. And that's the only fish I caught.
I didn't know that there's bad fish to catch.
Yeah, you do not. They're
Saltwater
just
catfish
slimy,
are kind of lame.
nasty.
Yeah, they're not like.
Well, gaff top are good eating, but hardhead. So there's like this species of catfish. I don't even know if their technical name is hardhead. I just know them as hardheads. But they're literally they eat trash of the ocean, and you
Like
do
lobsters.
you do not want to eat them. No, worse than lobsters. Like they'll literally eat anything on the seafloor, and floating in the water.
Anything.
They're disgusting. But
I don't even want to know where that was going to go.
yeah, I don't like this
Brent like
implication.
throwing just nickels off the side of the. It's like man kills all.
but yeah, and then
Anything.
went out to the bars at night, and it was my brother, my cousin, and my buddy Eduardo.
Dude, I'd be
Oh.
too afraid to go to bars in Galveston at night. I feel like the moment you walk out
Bro, I
of the
used
bar,
to
someone's
live in
waiting with a
Galveston.
sniper to shoot you.
That's exactly
No.
how it is. First
Not
of
at the
all.
Strand. Not if
And
you
it's
say
not
at
a
the Strand.
sniper. It's like a knife. You know.
They shoot you with a ballistic knife
they-
from across the
They
street.
knife you personally in the stomach as you leave the bar
They
every
shoot you
time.
with meth.
Like,
needle
hey, have a good night.
crossbows.
Just like
You just gotta wear chainmail when you go out to Galveston. Like
that's how he does it.
yeah, that's why Devin can do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No,
His
at the
dragon
Strand,
armor.
I've never seen any sketchiness.
No, the
Like,
Strand is cool. The
Yeah.
Strand. But if you go like 10 feet off the Strand,
Oh,
go,
yeah.
go to the float. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Oh,
well,
You
yeah.
better
God.
wear your chainmail.
Go
you know what I'm
behind
saying?
the float. Yeah, yeah. No, at night, like
Goodness.
during the day, I go to the float, and then at
I
night,
love the
I
float.
only.
Don't get me wrong.
dude. The float's
They
awesome.
got the really good fish tacos.
Dude, they got
live
$5
music,
burgers
little
there.
swim up bar.
Yeah.
The float goes hard.
Yeah, the
but
float's awesome.
I've
Best spot.
never been to a bar there. I've only been to like the spot. You ever eat the burgers at
Been
the
to the
spot?
spot.
I
It's a
fucking
little
love-
overpriced,
Yeah,
but
and it's always crowded.
yeah, it
It's
is
so
very
good,
crowded.
though.
You got to go there
But
in
no.
the wintertime.
Dude, the float has cheap drinks. They have a little $5 burger deal. Like you
yeah.
can get fucked up and
And they're right
full
by the
on
beach,
the
so
cheap.
if you get drunk enough, you can just run across the
Literally,
street.
yeah, that's always the game plan.
Dude, I hate running across that fucking that road right there. You know what I'm talking about? Like right on the wall,
The seawall.
the seawall,
Yeah.
just like running across to the
I watched
the shops
somebody
and stuff.
drive off of the seawall one time.
Holy shit!
Oh, dude,
Their
I
whole
haven't seen
car
that
went
yet.
just went like it was like completely like just up and down.
Did
like
they
the-
die?
No, they were good. It was like they slowly drove off and then
I like. I wonder how many people have just died falling off of that seawall.
It probably was terrifying.
No, I don't
mean,
even mean with the vehicle.
I don't know. I mean,
like,
it's not. It's only like at most, it's like a 7-foot
And you
drop
land
in the sand.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think the sand probably absorbs a lot of the impact of whatever kind of like.
a lot of the times, though, the sand right there is just packed. It's not like
Look,
sand.
I'm not
it's
saying
like,
it wouldn't fuck your car up,
But it
and
wouldn't
you,
kill you, though.
But yeah, it'd be a lot better than hitting.
you tell me like a
You would have
70-year-old lady just walking by the thing,
now
she
you're
falls
getting
backwards.
specific.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder how many old ladies and old men just fall off of that wall, like walking even, and just break something or die.
I'm betting it's happened.
Oh yeah, it's
At least once.
it's had to have happened. There's so many. There's
So many drunk people over there
Yes.
for that
Yeah.
not to have happened.
goodness. That'd be the worst way to go.
Well,
in
now it's a lot of
Galveston.
high people, like all along the seawall.
Everybody
Just
high over there?
dude, it just people were smoking weed everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah,
Progressive.
it's been like that for it's been like that for a minute. But yeah, we went riding bikes and stuff up and down the seawall. Well, I skated, but inline skated.
Cool. That's
Try
a
to-
fun
try to
place
bring that back.
skate, Yeah.
It's a little, this is nothing against you, but like it sounded cool, and then you were like inline skate.
Yeah, no,
You
it
throw
wasn't
that-
longboarding. No,
Like I was skating inline.
but I had
skating.
I had hockey skates on, if that counts for anything.
Oh,
That's the only reason I do is because it's not
You
like
just have ice skates on, like fucking just
No, it's like that Disney movie where they're fucking ripping it up. What's that movie?
don't
Fucking.
know.
Mighty Ducks.
No.
Brink.
Brink. Yes, it's like Brink, bro.
Yeah,
I've never
dude.
seen
Brink made
You've
skating
never
cool.
seen Brink?
Oh.
No, I don't think
You
so.
would
Team Pup and Suds, bro. You've
No,
never.
I don't
wow.
think. I don't think so. If I have, I don't remember.
It was like, as far as like the old school Disney movies go, like
top
the
notch.
Alley Cat Strike and all those movies, it was up there.
It's basically like this dude was like skating for Team Pup and Suds, you know, because like he's the best skater in town, you know. But then the bully skate kids are like, you
Wait, like
suck.
skateboard? Like,
No, inline skating.
no,
Oh,
they're
like
inlines.
aggressive skate?
Yeah,
Yeah.
aggressive inline, not just
Yes,
any type
bro.
of inline skating.
Yeah.
And so, and they were really aggressive. Actually, the bullies were, and they're just like, yeah, you suck. But then they do a downhill race on him, you know, and he wins, and then they're like, actually, you're fucking awesome, but your friends suck. And so he ditches his friends to go join like the cool
Wow,
team.
this guy sounds like he sucks.
Isn't that how it goes?
I think that sounds right.
think
I
that's
don't
the
really
story.
remember the plot, honestly. You're remembering a lot more of it than I
Yeah,
did.
I remember one part where he's like, "No, my friends are cool," and like he's like, "You guys got to race them." And then so like his friend that's a girl, she's like, you know, inline skating, they're doing the downhill race, and there's a guy
And
waiting
she
in the
dies.
bushes, and he throws gravel out like on the ground,
Oh
like.
my god.
And she's like, yeah, and it's like all in slow
Some
mo.
Mr. Deeds shit.
Yeah, and then she
Or
gets
not Mr. Fucking not Mr. Deeds, the other Adam Sandler movie where they're chipping
Big
the
Daddy?
Big Daddy.
Yeah,
Yes.
she basically gets like a cut on her elbow, but it's Disney movies, so like she's basically dead at that point because of the. Like, how could
Can't
you
skate
do
in the competition.
Just stand
My
up.
life is over.
Just stand up. Like somebody shoot that guy. Anyways.
But other than Galveston, though, something else very exciting has been happening in my life. I got 3D printers.
Hey,
I
I
plan to-
saw the Iron Man helmet.
Yeah, I did a
That was
full Iron Man
badass.
helmet already.
How long did that take?
Total probably like 4.5 days.
How much like material did you have to use? Like, and
Not-
how much did it cost?
Like half a roll. Like so, half a roll. I mean, a single roll is like 18 to 22 bucks, and it only took half a roll to print that whole helmet.
Dope.
Nice. So
But
like
it took a long
So-
time.
$12 basically
That's
to build a
dope.
helmet.
$12, and then but you also got to factor in electricity
Does
costs.
it feel
too.
like good quality?
It's like $1 an hour.
Holy
even
shit.
so, though, like if you think
Maybe
about it,
I got a wattage counter that I'm gonna plug in. I literally just got it today. Yeah, it takes a long time, but it's heating elements is what draws the most amperage and whatnot.
Interesting.
Because you have to have the bed is heated that it prints the stuff on, and then the nozzle has to heat up it has to stay a consistent like. I'm printing at 193 degrees Celsius.
Does the helmet feel like hard and good quality?
Yeah,
or
it's solid. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
I mean, I chose all of so like I get the file and
Uh-huh.
I throw it in one program. I see how it looks. Make sure
like
it doesn't
a 3D
need to.
model of it or something?
Yeah,
in your
I throw it in
computer?
to call Mesh Mixer to like look at the file and see if it's worth a damn or if I need to. In that program, I can take it and like if it's kind of like angled or jagged or anything, I can actually run it through a process in that program that will smooth it out and make it higher res. So I throw it in there to look at the file because a lot of these files I'm just getting free off of a site called Thingiverse, but it's just files that people throw up. So you can range from really, really good files to really, really shitty. You don't know until you look at them. So I throw them in there. If they're bad or if they need upscaling, I'll upscale them in that app. And then I put them in another program called Cura, which is the step before you send it to print. It'll give you like a virtual like mock-up of your printing bed and everything, and you can scale it. And then you also have to like angle it, and it'll generate supports and stuff. But then you also have to choose. You can go in and choose like, what quality do you want to print at? I'm printing most things at a 0.2 millimeter layer thickness, so it's pretty good quality. And then there's also infill, like if there's gaps, like because helmet isn't just going to be one layer. It's usually like got a space like that, and so there has to be stuff in there, and you choose like the density that you want the infill to be. And I'm running like a 7% infill density. And like all this stuff, like the higher you go with all the materials stuff, the longer the prints will be. But you can cut corners in some areas and still get good quality and good strength.
Cool.
But yeah, and you pick up, you go through all these settings, and you can get super, super in depth and choose every single little possible detail, or you can just tell it, hey, standard quality, do your thing, whatever, slice it. And whenever you slice it, it will generate what's called G code, which is what the printers.
I live by that.
The G code. So it'll generate what's called G code, which is what the printers read to print, and gives it all the directions and everything.
Cool.
And then you put that on a micro SD card, you slide it into the 3D printer, and you choose it, you hit print, and you go.
Wow. So did you print the helmet, the Iron Man helmet, all in one piece?
No, it was in multiple pieces. So it was the faceplate, the main shell, but then I had to chop the jaw off of it to get it to print better and faster. Because if I hadn't overhangs, because it's a little nozzle that goes around like this, and it just goes up as the layers go. If you have any weird, okay, this is like the lip of the jaw, how it has like the weird overhang right there, you have to support that. The supports will go from the bottom, either in the helmet or on the print bed, all the way up to that point if you print the helmet standing up or whatever orientation. So sometimes cutting stuff off, like I cut the very front of like the chin and jaw of the Iron Man shell, I cut it off to print it separately, and it cut the print time down by like a day and a half.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, because it didn't have to do all those supports all the way up. It was just the shell with the 2 points going straight up. There was no overhang, and so it didn't have to do
glue it on there later, or
I'm gonna weld it, or I'm gonna I have a soldering iron that I'm gonna melt the pieces together, and then take some more filament and just kind of infill and melt it and smooth it over. So I've been watching this guy on YouTube, Frankly Built. If you want to get into 3D printing, specifically prop printing, like I wanted to get into, Frankly Built on YouTube has a million super, super helpful printing videos. And between him and my buddy Chris, who's got the 3D printing studio, like that, I got off to a super good start with 3D printing.
So is this you say you put an SD card or a micro SD card into it. Is it not hooked up to your computer?
No.
It's just running independently?
You can hook it up to your computer, but you don't want to, because if on this off chance that your computer updates say you're doing a print for 15 hours, if your computer updates in that 15 hours automatically, it'll stop the print.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's pulling the data. It has to continuously pull the data, so it's better just to put it on a chip, because they all come with like the two. I have two printers now. I'll tell you that in a sec. But they come with an 8 gigabyte SD card, micro SD.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's way better to put them on the.
How big are most of the files? Like a few megabytes or?
Megabytes, yeah. Yeah, because it breaks it down into G code, which is I think like, at the biggest, like that shell was like 200 megabytes, I think. It's not a lot, but then also like you can just delete other print projects that are on that SD card, and 8 gigabytes you're not going to fill up with one project. But
that's really cool.
But yeah, I had just one, and it came in early last week.
How big is it? Like
I can print. My biggest one the bigger one is 11.8 inches by 11.8 by like 12 point something. Okay. So it can also print in very small millimeters too, Brent. No.
Yeah, we were just trying to figure out how many inches.
But I got the one, and I wasn't planning. I was planning on just having the one and rolling with that for a long time. But then Micro Center sent me a coupon for $185 off of another one. So I got another printer that's actually
Fuck
a
yeah.
really good one for $99.
So you could actually print like multiple components to like the same helmet, like at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Printing.
Yeah, so
Sick.
while the main shell of the Iron Man helmet was printing, I was printing the back plate on my smaller one.
Fuck
Nice.
yeah.
And like because of my buddy Chris, he
Wait, how big is the smaller one? I'm sorry. I'm
It's,
just curious.
Yeah, how many inches?
220. Well, I didn't convert it to. It's 220 millimeters by 220 by 250. So
Like
it's
significantly smaller than the other one, or
not
like-
even significantly, but it is smaller. It's like if I had to guess, like maybe 8 by 8 by 9. I think.
Okay, cool.
I'm not sure. My whole millimeters to conversion, like inches conversion.
Still above average.
But but yeah, and then or like right now I'm printing some more Mando armor to finish out with that helmet that I got a while back.
That's so
But while I was
sick.
printing one, I have like the shoulder piece going right now, and I started it last night. Well, while I started that file, I started a commission. Like one of my friends already commissioned me to make him a Witcher pendant.
Bro, I might have
Like
to
he-
get you
Nice.
to make me some Harry Potter shit. I was thinking like wands and snitches and
dude,
shit.
dude, on Thingiverse,
Snitches.
Yeah, bro.
Are they called snitches?
Yeah,
Yeah.
golden snitch.
golden snitch.
I thought. Why did I think it was the Stitch? My fucking brain is just fucked off, dude.
Dude, on Thingiverse, people have put up a bunch of their own custom wands that they've made and stuff.
Oh, I bet it's sick.
So I'll send you the URL to look up some stuff.
Let me know
and
how
let
much
me know.
I need to reimburse you, and I will. That'd be
I'll
sick.
try to give you like right at material cost and energy cost. I have to factor in energy cost.
I got you, bro. Whatever
But
costs.
it
to
wouldn't
make
be much at
It'd
all. I
probably
mean-
be cheaper than buying it at the store or
It would.
something.
It would.
I'm
Yeah.
sure a
yeah.
wand would be a lot less like hard to do than a
And
big
all you- I mean-
helmet or something.
And I can print it at a pretty decent quality. And all you'd have to do is just sand it and paint it.
Cool.
Should
Yeah,
print
that
out-
would be fun too. It'd be like a
A
project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot of fun. When I got that Mando helmet, like it took me like a week and a half to like sand and paint and everything, and it was a great time. Like
Yeah, that sounds.
And then I was super happy with like the end. You just feel good about creating something.
Does the paint
like,
just stick right onto the plastic well? Or?
I'm sure you have to
Yeah.
like sand it and shit.
Well, you
Well,
got to
I'll let
prime it.
you-
Yeah, you got to sand it decently. Then use a primer, and I mean any kind of like primer that's made for plastic will work just fine.
Okay.
And then you paint over the primer.
That sounds
Yeah.
tight. Okay.
So,
Boy.
but yeah, so that's what I've been doing a bunch of 3D printing the last 2 weeks, and the last week, last week, and just fucking love. I did not expect to have 2 printers by now, but it's great. I've got all kinds of projects planned and everything. Like,
Nice, man.
Yep.
That's
Hell
really
yeah.
cool.
Brent, you do anything?
I worked a lot this week. I fucking worked and worked and worked. I got a lot of overtime. But the good news is I got so much overtime that
You're rich now.
That I basically I think I'm gonna get a
Hell yeah.
fucking I think I'm gonna get a graphics card whenever the paycheck time rolls
Hell
around.
yeah.
And
4090, dude. I'm just kidding.
I wish. I'm thinking 4070 though.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing them still available online. My big concern was like, okay, 4070 comes out on the 13th. It's gonna sell out within hours, and
Oh,
I won't
yeah.
be able to get it. But I've been checking every day, and it appears there's like multiple like vendors that still have like basically every version of it. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So at MSRP too, nonetheless, which is great.
Yeah, but it's when it drops when shit gets bad because then everybody starts just overbuying them to the point they don't have them.
But it just dropped. That's why I was worried about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it just dropped on the 13th. You know what I mean?
4
Yeah.
days ago.
So, like, I was thinking, oh man, the scalpers are gonna clean them out. But
How much
honestly,
are the 4070s?
they're only $599, bro.
It's not bad.
And it's supposed to have the same performance as a 3080, basically, with all the fucking like features of the 40 series card. So
Yeah, I'm about to say the software upgrade is worth the jump up.
that's
for
what I'm
that.
saying,
The
like
features.
the frame generation and
Yeah,
stuff.
the Ada Lovelace and all that.
I've been
like-
seeing videos of them playing the new Cyberpunk path tracing shit on there at like 60 frames per second and 1440 with all the fucking like frame generation and shit turned
Hell yeah.
on. You know what I mean? And that's insane. Like the fucking like technology there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty hyped. You know what I mean? But I think I'm gonna have to get Jamel to help me put my computer together because I'm a little worried that I'm gonna fuck it up. You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm down.
look up, run your specs or like run your parts through PC Part Picker and just swap out the graphics card, and it'll tell you if it's compatible or not.
Well,
no, he's talking about putting it in the actual
Oh, it's just a
Yeah.
hot swap.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna put a new power supply unit in too, because
Oh,
I've got
okay.
a relatively small one right now, and I feel like I could. I know that the 4070 only does like 200 watts of power or something. It's relatively like not power thirsty compared to like the 30 series, but at the same time, I feel like I've only got like a 450 watt or something in there right now.
Yeah, make sure
I'm
it's,
like barely
it's gold though. That's the other thing.
Well,
like,
I got a good one. I bought it a long time ago when I thought I was going to buy a 3080, and I know the 3080 is a fucking animal with the power. So I was like, I was anticipating that. So I bought that, and then like I couldn't get a fucking 3080 because, it was just
COVID.
impossible at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I still have that power supply from like forever ago. It's just been sitting in my drawer because I was like too lazy to put it in my computer. I'm like, there's no fucking point if it's, right now. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I've just had it sitting there, but I'll probably bring that over and the graphics card, and we'll just fucking gut it and do the whole thing.
Word.
If you're cool with that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so didn't really go anywhere. I did watch that the Boston Marathon bombing thing they put on Netflix. Did you watch that?
No, I didn't.
They did like I'm getting tired of all documentaries being like 3 episodes or 4 episodes. Like, just make it a fucking
movie?
a movie. Why are we doing
Some of
this?
these don't need to be that long. Like, okay,
No.
I
Because
get
people
it.
have small attention spans now, and they can't sit there for.
These are
Then
long
why
ass
are we
episodes.
stretching this fucking shitty
Oh.
short story into like
Yeah,
7
just
episodes?
you could
like,
tell me in 1 hour everything you told me in 3
Oh,
separate episodes.
but they
of
gotta
an
like
hour.
dramatize it. And
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Like, I get it if there's so much information that you like. Okay, Making a Murderer, I think, is the one that kind of started that, and like there was a fuck ton of information, so it was
Yeah.
almost necessary
worth
for
it.
that one. You know what I mean?
But after
it's
that,
like, after
it's
that,
just
everybody's
stupid.
like, "Oh, let's follow that formula. Let's stretch out." And it's like it's just unnecessary. You know what I mean?
It's
I don't even
literally
watch documentaries
a waste
anymore.
of time.
Have you ever watched American Vandal?
Yeah, so but that was okay. That's different.
It's hilarious,
That's
but
it.
that's the point. It's like making fun
Yeah.
of these stupid fucking documentaries that are like all over Netflix. You know what I mean?
And they made that forever ago.
I know,
That
and
was
it's
like-
only gotten worse since
I
then.
know.
That's what's hilarious.
That guy was actually from YouTube. The guy who made that
Really?
show. Yeah,
it's
like
brilliant. Both seasons of it are fucking really good.
so. Watch the Boston bombing marathon for 3 hours just to see at the end of it. I just walk away with, wow, those 2 kids were fucked up, but also the cops in Boston are fucking horrible. Like, I don't know what they were trying to portray in this show, but all it did was make the cops look so dumb. And like they have like video and audio footage of like whenever they find the second kid and he's like
In the boat,
hiding in the
right?
boat.
Yeah.
And like they're like, we got somebody in the wait, I don't know why I went Australia. We got somebody in the boat and like so like on blah 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 and blah
I
blah
feel like I
street.
remember this happening in real time.
Me too. Yeah, I do. But
Yeah,
you never
I
saw
followed
the
the news on
audio.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
but you never hear the audio of when the cops show up and literally cops who aren't on shift start showing up just because it's Boston and like I guess they're like, yeah, we got to fight for Boston, and so they all
Fucking
show
Boston.
up and like literally every cop, like there's like 100 cops or it's probably more like 50 cops. And and the guy who's in charge of it, it's like they've never seen guns before. They've never used guns. And like he's in the boat. All of a sudden, like every single cop just starts shooting into the boat. Like it's like a
What the
fucking
fuck?
like not even like they didn't like come out, put your hands up, blah, blah. They're all just like, oh, and they all
Get
just
him!
start shooting. Like, you just hear, like, they shot into people's houses through windows. Like, they almost killed a baby.
Oh
like,
my
all this
God.
stuff. Like, and the guy never shot back once. Like, he was just in the boat, like, and he survived because they missed. They shot 160
Wow.
rounds into this boat.
didn't get him?
160 rounds. No.
You know,
No, they got him, but they didn't hit him. They just, like, they ended up having to.
They didn't hit him with one bullet at
No,
all.
they didn't.
It's like that scene in Pulp Fiction.
That's
where
what I'm
they, like-
saying. And that was the second time. The first time they ran and they killed the first brother, like of the 2, and they didn't even kill him. He killed his brother, killed him by running him over, but like on the way out. So like, but basically, they're looking for these guys. It's been 4 days. They blew up the marathon. It took 4 days for them to find out who these people were, and they fuck up the whole thing. And then they're like, oh, we got a stolen car heading down to blah blah blah, and like and so like they're like, hey,
it's not a car, it's car.
it's a car, it's coming down.
God.
Yeah, no, literally, you hear that's how he sounds.
Yeah.
He's like, and he's like in in the interview thing, like, and he's just sitting there all like happy, and he's like showing his medal and all this stuff, and like you watch the thing, and like they like, we got a stolen car, and the car is like driving in. The guys get out and start throwing bombs at the cops, like out in the middle of the street. And they start like having this gunfight in the middle of the street with these guys. And once again, like 10 cops just all firing willy-nilly, shooting into houses, like no care for human life whatsoever. They're just shooting like, oh, if it's just gonna fall somewhere, I guess. Anyways, anyway, so afterwards they hit, like, one guy comes around, shoots the one brother like 6 times. The guy doesn't go down. He's just fucking insane. And like he finally.
In all fairness, you start throwing bombs at me, all bets are off. We're going by video game rules at that point. You know?
Well, yeah, they're tossing these crockpot bombs at him, and so like, and the cop that's in the interview is like, he's like, so then he's like, I thought of a great idea. And he's like, I got in my car and I pressed the gas and I let it roll towards them. And like, it did nothing. Like, it just kind of just rolled off. And like, they're still hiding behind another car. Like, I don't understand what the point of that was. But anyway, so the other cop shoots the guy. He goes down. The other brother runs off and like ends up in a car and runs back. Like, whenever they're trying to put the guy in handcuffs, he runs over his brother and like drags him like 20 feet. I don't know if he knew he did it or like if he just like was getting out of there, thought he hit a cop or something. But anyways, the whole thing was just a fucking
a shit show.
And like at the end, they're like, "Yeah, Boston." I'm like, guys,
that is not a performance to be proud of.
They're like, yeah, like at the end, it's just all the cops being like, "I'm very proud of the work we did," you know. And I'm like, you guys let two like 18 and 25-year-old blow up a fucking marathon and not get caught for 4 days. And they put the entire city on lockdown.
Yeah.
And went door to door and still didn't find. They were about to give up. And then somebody called and was like, "Hey, there's a guy in my boat." Like, that's the only reason they got caught. It
doesn't surprise me for Boston, though.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is going on in Boston, dude? Like, but anyways,
not a lot of thinking. That's for damn sure.
I just thought it was so funny. Like, I mean, it's a terrible thing that happened, but like the cops couldn't have been worse. Like they could have just like gave some random dude at a house like, "Hey, here's a gun, go find these guys," and he would have done better. Like it would have just been so much better. But anyways, watch that. And let's. That's about all I did though.
No, I don't think I will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I just did. Like.
Yeah, right. The whole synopsis you gave us.
Yeah, that was very concise.
Yeah, I watched a lot of it. Yeah.
See, like they probably stretched that whole thing into like 7 episodes.
For no reason.
3.
It was 3-hour-long episodes.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But anyways, let's get into what we've been playing. What's everybody been playing?
Well, I've still been playing Minecraft, crafting the mines, and yeah, I've been playing Callisto Protocol.
How's that?
It's not so bad actually. It's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be. It's not as bad as Atomic Heart was. That game was terrible.
Yeah, that game was trash.
But you know, Callisto Protocol is not as good as Dead Space.
No.
It's not as good as the original Dead Space, and it's very obviously inspired by Dead Space. You know?
Yeah, but it looks different though. It looks like it, but it doesn't look like it plays like it. You know?
It plays.
Well, that's because it's in the Fortnite universe game.
Plays very.
Or no,
that's
PUBG. PUBG.
They
sorry.
pulled that back though.
I know.
Yeah, it was.
Honestly, like it plays very similarly. Like there's like a similar weapons and like the enemies aren't necessarily like you don't have to shoot their limbs off to like kill them, but you can shoot their limbs off. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
It's just got a lot of that same vibe. Like your gun is the only way to use the flashlight. One thing that's different is like the melee system they've incorporated in Callisto Protocol.
Yeah, it looked like a beat 'em up.
It's kind of janky. Like the first like hour and a half of the game, like you don't have a gun and you just have
Punching
a fucking
things.
metal pipe and you're like fighting fucking monsters with this pipe. And it is so boring and fucking shitty. And I think that's why it got so many bad, like, reviews. Because as soon as you get a gun, the game picks up significantly. Like, you know what I mean?
It sounds like something that would be on like an original Xbox game. Like,
I will say this, like, it reminds me of like Dead Space and like Rise Son of Rome mixed together. You know what I mean? Like, there are moments where it's like, or like the Order 1836 or something. You know, like
all of that sounds terrible put together.
Well, I mean, like, mix it with Dead Space. It's got like a lot of the good qualities of Dead Space too. You know, and a lot of the things I didn't like about Dead Space aren't there. You know what I mean? But there's also things that are kind of like repetitive enemies. Okay, there's probably like 5 enemies that you encounter like
I hate that
in my
shit,
whole
dude.
time with the game so far, and that's being generous. Like, there's like a robot and there's like a tentacle thing that comes out and attacks you, and then there's like 2 versions of the zombies. Like, you know what I mean?
That's so boring.
And I feel like that's one of my biggest complaints, you know. But I will say this: the graphics are good. The story is serviceable. Like, it's not bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's keeping me engaged the whole time. You know what I mean? I'm interested. I want to know what happens next, you know? There are a lot of segments in the game that are just kind of, like, boring walking. And, like, in Dead Space, having just played Dead Space, it's like, there are a lot of parts in Dead Space where the tension comes from things, like, coming up behind you or, like, you hear it before you see it kind of thing. Like, a lot of that is lost in Callisto Protocol. Like, not a lot of stuff is coming at you from behind. A lot of the stuff you see it way before it comes at you, and it's just not very scary. You know, like, it's not a very scary game. You know, and that's okay. It's got a lot of good qualities too. I would give it like a solid like 7.5 out of 10. You know, like, it's an okay game. You know, and I feel like if you get it on sale, it's probably worth it. The graphics are really good. The story's pretty good. If you go at it from like a just enjoy an action movie type story thing, you'll probably enjoy it. It's kind of like
looks like a game that Vin Diesel would star in.
I was just about to say the whole game is set in like a space prison, so it's got a lot of like Chronicles of Riddick type vibes. Like, so it's pretty good.
I'm gonna kill you with this teacup.
Why Vin Diesel? He's just like at a meeting. Family.
You've already got the job, Vin.
Anyways, is that it?
Yeah, that's all I've really been playing.
Do you want to go? You want me to go?
I mean, I didn't really game a whole lot this week. I've been busy with my apprentice. But
fake gamer. No, I'm just kidding.
Warzone was basically the only thing because the new season dropped.
Nothing wrong with that.
We can talk about that. Yeah, the
Yeah.
new season's glitched the fuck for me. I don't know if I need to uninstall or reinstall, but like
Maybe I've had really actually after the season update, shit got a whole lot better because I was getting those really bad frame dips and everything.
Oh, I'm not talking about frames. I'm talking about graphical errors.
Yeah.
Like I like you'll be walking and like you know how like there's little butterflies that fly around and shit like everywhere. Well, like the butterflies will have a black square around them. Like so you just see a black.
That was actually happening to me on Resident Evil 4 remake on the Steam Deck. Like it's
really
the weirdest thing. Like the black pixels around it. Like,
yeah.
Like a
there's like literally a square and then the butterflies in the square.
Yeah, that was totally happening with like Leon's like head and like
his
body,
hair and
like
shit.
all around him. They were just like black, like
outline
void pixel, like square.
So
things.
weird.
It was weird.
Yeah, I haven't had any graphical issues with this new update.
Well, and not only that, like whenever I shoot people, you know how like you get the little hit marker that comes up? Mine is like it's not all the way there and it's kind of glitched out. So whenever I shoot
like
somebody,
lines.
it blocks them. Like I can't see them.
Oh.
So like, because they'll be like at a distance. Even, like if I shoot with a pistol, like at the beginning, I'm just hoping I'm hitting them because I can't really see it. Like every time it hits, it like puts up a big like blank, blank, and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I would definitely uninstall and reinstall. I haven't had even a glimpse of those issues.
Yeah, play it on Xbox.
Or just
there's no FOV slider on Xbox.
Run a scan and repair first before
That's
you.
what I'm gonna do.
Run a scan and repair. Because I haven't had a single hitch with this new update. Things actually got a whole lot better. Like I got a lot more stability. Because beforehand I was getting frame dips. But then I'm also playing on a new monitor now too. I got me a Samsung ultra wide. It's only 75 hertz, 2K. But
I can't wait to play games on my computer again. I'm fucking excited.
Yeah, they added like one-shot snipers again, like to down for like you can down people with one-shot headshot.
Explosive rounds.
Yeah, and then the guns are same as usual, just willy-nilly about which ones are going to be the fucking meta.
The meta.
Yeah, been playing good though. I got 2 dubs yesterday, and then that's about it. But anyways, if that's all you played, jump into mine. I've been fucking around with those emulators, and so
What you been emulating, bro?
well, I got the Punisher for Xbox. Was playing through that.
How's that?
It's original Xbox controls do not hold up, but it's still fun.
No, yeah.
The thing is like original Xbox was before Call of Duty
Controls
took over.
They set the standard for
white
that.
and black buttons were.
Yeah, well, you can set those to right bumper, left bumper, because there was only triggers on the original.
What was
Xbox.
wrong with the original Xbox controls? It was before the.
It was before like the modern control
Shooter.
scheme came out, where it was like you don't click to zoom in. You hit L to zoom, or like all games back in the day to like aim down sight or zoom in, you would click the right
Yeah,
click.
I
And that shit sucks.
I remember.
That shit's ass.
That was Halo back in the day.
I
baby.
know it's ass, but like anyway, so the game's fun though. It's really brutal. Like I think it's funny that you're just like, being interrogated and they're like, so tell us about what happened at the crack house on Thursday night, April, whatever the fuck. And like you go through, you literally just like as the Punisher, you're like, the city needs to be cleaned up. And you just like walk into a literal crack house and just kill everyone. Like
Nice.
it's just like
Indiscriminately.
indiscriminately murdering crackheads and like
There's a part in that game where you like kill everybody at a funeral. Like you like murder a whole funeral. full
yeah,
of
you
people.
pop out of
Maybe
the
they're
fucking-
all mobsters. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that,
That
but
make it better.
but it's like I thought he was an anti-hero, not just like a straight villain. But like at the end of the level, like it's technically you're telling them what happened, and so at the end of the level it goes back and it's like, so what? That was 80 bodies. It's like holy shit, that just killed 80 people. That's not even like a mass murder. That's like you're doing some war crimes, at that level. But
In all fairness, an 80-person crack house. That's a lot of people.
it was a
making
big crack house. It was like it's in
crack mansion.
I was just.
it's in Hell's Kitchen or whatever, So you got like these towering like apartment complexes.
Crack compound.
Crack Mart. But anyway, so like I played that for a little bit. I played some Soldier of Fortune 2, Double Helix, just because I wanted to
You're
go
just
back.
feeling violent today.
Oh, trust me, I was. No, I'm just kidding. No,
He's
but
always fine.
no, because I was like, okay. I remember this game freaking me out when I was a kid because like of the gore in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to see what it looks like now, like as an adult. And like,
Yeah.
Is it bad?
and the graphics are like
Lacking.
it's lacking, let's just say. But it is funny. Like it's still like you can just go up and just completely decapitate people with a knife. Like, and it's like anywhere you slice the knife, a cut appears. Like it's like that. It was that level of detail. So it's kind of fucked off. So like you'll just like go up and just like stab someone and their eyes just gone. They're just like ah, like oh my god. So I like after about like 10 minutes with that game, I uninstalled it. I was done. It was basically like that VR game you play,
Oh, the fight. Yeah.
but like
Blade
back on the
sorcerer, yeah.
Xbox. Yeah. And then so I was like, man, I still really want to play Jade Empire, but the emulator sucks. So I was like, wait a minute, it's on Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
It is on Game Pass.
And so I went on Game Pass, downloaded it. Look, I guess I'm just not going to be able to play fucking Jade Empire. I think it's just not
Not meant to be.
It's not meant to be
Not working
because
for you?
well, the thing is like even on Steam and Game Pass, there's no look controls. Like you have to hit L or R to make the camera turn rather than using the right stick.
Can't you just make it like the camera automatically follow your character?
I don't think so. I mean, I was Googling it and like everybody's like, oh yeah, it's a camera bug they never fixed and like all this shit. I'm like,
I never had that problem. Why don't you play it on your Xbox?
I don't know. I don't think it's on Xbox Game Pass.
You sure about that?
I don't know. Like that. I just don't ever plug in my Xbox. Like I have a PC, man.
Well, I'm sure if it's a bug, it's probably fixed on that Xbox.
Oh, that's what that
version
box is
of it.
down there.
I would
One
try
day
it.
it'll get-
Try checking it out on the Xbox. See if it's on
We'll
there.
see. But it was cool seeing the game and like fucking
Also, maybe the cloud
1440.
version of it. Like, if there's a cloud version, that would probably work. If without
it's the
bugs.
control stuff. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, but like, okay, so in the normal game, it should just like the old school BioWare, like KOTOR and stuff. It should just follow your character. Like, it should like stay naturally behind you unless you like.
The old school KOTOR used the right stick too.
Yeah, but it should feel like that. It should feel good. It should feel right. I've played the game like a million times. It never felt
No,
weird to me or anything.
it's a PC issue. Like because there's a bug with the control scheme. Like if you try to use it in input, like a controller input.
That's why I'm saying if you use the cloud version of it, like it's probably playing off of an Xbox. You know what I mean?
True, but I'm not gonna play cloud anything, sir. But anyways,
I feel like in a game like that, it wouldn't really make much of a difference. You know what I mean?
no.
I don't know though.
Well, actually, the action is pretty. You're actually doing shit. It's not like KOTOR where you just press Y a bunch. Like you actually have to go up and, be punching and shit. Hold X and hit X and press
Well,
B
it's
to
not
dodge.
exactly
And,
like fast pace, you know.
I don't know. At least the fights that I did seemed pretty fast paced. The first one, like right there on the beach. But anyways, after that, I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna get into even more legally questionable territory and download a PS3 emulator.
Oh hell yeah!
Wait, so like I'm just coming
Just
all
keep upgrading generations.
Yeah, I was like, okay, maybe Xbox and PS2 is just too far back. I'm gonna go PS3 360, and I got Demon's Souls on PS3 because that's the only place you can play it. The ROM is beautiful. It's perfect. It's working great. I've already beat 2 bosses. Like I'm deep up in there.
Do you just have to get a BIOS, or do you have to do more? Like
You have to. So you download the PS3 emulator. Like there's one
Right.
big one. I forget what it's called.
The PCS3 or whatever.
Yeah.
I've got that. I just don't have the BIOS, and I don't have the.
Well, all you got to
Yeah.
do is download it, or unzip the files. Then you go into PlayStation.com and go to the PS3 update or whatever, and you just copy the update or save the update, and then you put it into the.
Oh, that's what I did with the PS2.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then the ROMs will just work fine.
yeah, you
Oh,
just
okay. 'Cause
download your
I wanted
ROM.
to do Fight Night Champions, I think, but that's PS3. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll work. Dude, I'm telling you though, Demon's Souls, such a good game. Way ahead of its time. It's actually way fucking harder than the other games though, because there's
Super hard. Well, actually, I don't know. Once you like stock up on the fucking health
Yeah,
herbs or whatever,
lots
it can
of
be
health.
a lot easier.
but
like,
no bonfires. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Like there's just no save points. Like if you die, you start all the way back at the beginning. Like
Well,
no matter
there's-
where
there's
you are.
like there's like bonfires.
No, there's every time you beat a boss or get to a new area,
It's like a
that's it.
checkpoint.
Yeah, it's like a checkpoint. So like you can,
There's like that central hub area with the like lady who sells you shit and like you
the
can-
Nexus. Yeah.
Yeah, you can like save there and like you can go to like the bonfires. And, like I feel like
No, there's no bonfires.
not bonfires, but like there's like save spots, right? Like you.
No, the game saves on its own. Like if you back out of the game, like when you turn it back on, you'll be in the same spot you were when you turned it off. So like if you turn it off like while you're in a world, like in one of the levels, and like you just exit out of the game, like you're in a safe spot and you exit out, when you come back in, you'll be in that same spot. So but the problem is if you die, you start all the way back at the save point where you started. It doesn't matter if you got all the way to the boss. The way that they work around bonfires is there's shortcuts, which are in the new ones anyways. It's like you just open little shortcut areas. So if you get all the way to a shortcut and die before you open that shortcut, you're all the way back at the
Yeah.
beginning, have to redo all of it again.
Yeah.
But I beat the first and second boss on my first try. Like, so I'm like, all right, I'm feeling good.
Nice.
Like
Hell yeah.
I was
think
expecting
you
to go
beat the one that was supposed to beat you, like the
No, I didn't
the
beat that
early
one.
boss? Oh, okay.
That's the tutorial boss. I don't
Yeah.
count that one. I'm talking about the actual
I've seen
boss.
YouTube videos of people fucking smoking that guy and like.
you die anyways if you
Yeah,
defeat it.
it's the same with Elden Ring, that early boss.
That
in
one I
Elden
beat.
Ring. Yeah.
But this one, like, I wasn't used to the controls because in
There's actually an early boss in Sekiro like that too. I'm not sure about the Dark Souls games, but
yeah, there is. But see, my thing is like on the new games, I use A as my rolling and dodging, and then like running. And in this one, like you can't change the control scheme. You could, but like I just don't want to do it. I don't want to fuck it up. But like I use B now, so like my hand keeps wanting to hit the A button like to dodge. So it took me like getting through the tutorial to get used to the new control scheme, but it's still really good. Like, it holds up.
You should play the remake, bro. It's fucking nasty looking.
I would if I had a PS5, but I'm not fucking buying another console. Like,
No, that's real. I imagine they'll put it on PC at some point. You know what I mean?
I don't think so. I think that's one of those ones where they're like, we're not taking this off of our console. Like, dude, it's been a PlayStation exclusive since the PS3. Like, you know.
I mean, think about it though. Like a year or two from now, like they make a couple $1 million off of it real quick for no fucking reason other than just re-releasing it. You know what I mean?
That'd be great. I would love for that to happen. But but that's why I downloaded this, because I just have a feeling it's not gonna happen.
No, that's base.
But like, definitely want to beat it. I'm doing a Dex build as usual. Trying to get my Uchikatana. You know, wherever that's at. I'm and because I'm so trained from the other ones, like 1 through 1, 3, and fucking Elden Ring. It's like I'm like, I know to look for everything. I know where everything's at, even though it's a game I've never played. I'm just like, oh yeah, I know where this is supposed to be. Like, it's just one of those obvious things now.
Yeah.
Like, I still want to play 2, Scholars of the whatever Sin or whatever.
Yeah.
But apparently that's the only Dark Souls game not made by the like Miyazaki guy or whatever his name is.
It's a lot of hate, but it's still a pretty good game.
It looks fun. But yeah. Anyways, that's it. That's all I've been playing. But let's get into the news. Just so you guys know, we are using video game news articles from around the web, and we do not claim any of the articles as our own. We're simply bringing them to we are simply bringing them to one place for you to consume.
If we can read them.
Yeah. Wait, can we read them?
I can't read.
I can't read. Do you guys know how to read?
Shit.
Sorry, guys. Podcast is over.
Y'all didn't say anything about reading.
Yeah, I say we just knock out the most painful. Let's rip this Band-Aid off. With Bethesda has revealed that Redfall will be launching on Xbox consoles capped at 30 frames per second quality mode, and that a 60 frames per second performance mode will come to the game at a later date. Revealed on Redfall's Twitter account, the game will run at 30 FPS in 4K on Xbox Series X and at 30 FPS in 1440p on Xbox Series S. Bethesda did not specify when it will add the 60 FPS performance mode, but it's definitely coming after launch. It's also unclear why performance mode won't be available right away. Redfall also received backlash from fans recently after Bethesda... Oh, yeah, that's something completely separate. But anyways, why? Why are they doing this? Like, I don't understand. I feel like it'd be harder to get 30 frames 4K, shit going than it would be to get 60 frames. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It
just makes no sense.
Even if you had to cut it down to like 1080p, you know what I mean? Like, you'd think you would still put some sort of like Dying Light 2's fucking performance mode was like 1080p or something. Or no, it wasn't 1080p, but it wasn't great. It was like, less than 1440, and it was like unimpressive,
Ugh.
But it's like, at least they had it in there, you know what I mean? Like, it's better than nothing, Like, put it on an old TV, it'll look fine. You know what I mean? Like,
the weird thing is like, this is the second time in like 2 weeks that we've heard. No, it's 2 months, because the first one was what was it? It was like Suicide Squad or something. Gotham Knights. Yeah, like, why are these studios thinking this is okay? Like, at this point, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, especially with the power they have at their disposal. Like, okay, I get it if you have to do a 30 frames per second like Series S version or something, but like, for all the people who dished out the extra cash for the X, like, we need to figure out some kind of fucking... I mean, you got the power of like a 2080 at your hands, and you've got FSR you can use now. Like, you can make it work somehow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is it something that they can't do, or is it something that they just decided wasn't as important to work on? Like, because they're saying like, oh, it'll come at a later date. Like, why did they think that would be okay? Like, what in their mindset?
Maybe it's totally stable except for like one little area of the game, and they feel like they can tweak some part of the like.
But it's like, say that, say like the reason why is because of this, but we really want to get it out to you guys or whatever.
Maybe there is no reason. Maybe it was just slacking.
That's what I'm thinking. Like they
But
just thought it wasn't as important or something. And
Is
it's,
it only coming to Xbox consoles, or is it
Yeah.
going to be on PC at all?
It's going to be on PC. I thought you meant console wise. But
It's
Oh, yeah.
weird though because
But, like-
Arcane just put out Deathloop, and Deathloop launched with a fucking performance mode, you know, and a quality mode. And
Yep.
then later they put the ray tracing mode in, so it's like it's not like the first time they've waited to put a fucking mode in, but it's like
my thing is I think, and now this is just speculation, I feel like maybe when Microsoft purchased them, like at this point they need this game to come out. Like they
you think Microsoft is rushing it a little bit?
Yeah, I think Microsoft is like, we just have to get this out. Like we cannot delay another game. Like because they already delayed. They basically were like, here's all these games that are coming out in the next 6 months, and of
Yeah.
those games,
Like-
only this one's coming out. And I think they're like, we can't delay it. Like
Yeah.
even though it's not ready, like we just have to put it out.
Starfield was supposed to
Oof.
come out. Fucking, there's a bunch of stuff that was supposed to.
Oh, yeah.
What else was supposed to come out?
A Perfect Dark,
Oh
fucking.
god, that's not even in the like.
That's
I
not
haven't
even.
seen
They have,
anything
That's
else
not
on
even
that.
like.
Yeah, or not Perfect Dark. It was Fable. Or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like we were supposed to hear more about Fable. Basically, there's really not much going on, And whatchamacallit? What's that other one? The one that looks like Skyrim,
Avowed.
Avowed or whatever. We were supposed to see something about that,
Yeah.
right?
I don't
So-
even remember that.
Yeah, that's
Jesus.
like. But the thing is like, I don't know. I really think that's what's happening. I think Xbox is like, I know you guys aren't ready, but we need you to put this out. Like, we need you to, because I don't even think Arcane is that dumb. Like, Arcane knows, like 60 frames minimum. Like especially on these new consoles.
Yeah.
Like with Deathloop is proof of that, or Death
Yeah.
Proof, or Deathloop.
Deathloop.
Yeah.
And Deathloop was, essentially developed for like a weaker console, the PS5.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So and they made it work. I don't know. It's interesting.
I mean, the fact that it can run at 30 frames on the Series S, like, there's no reason that the X shouldn't be able to pump out more frames.
Yeah, I agree. But the thing is
Well,
like,
it's 1440
But I don't know.
on the Series S.
yeah, it's
so
only
that's-
1440.
I mean, the
okay.
jump from 1440 to 4K is substantial.
yeah, I was
whenever
say
it
it's a
comes to
good-
performance,
it's a good
you
hop.
know?
But the
Yeah.
problem is like, so they would have done 60 frames on 1440p anyways, so like it's not like in this situation, like on the Series X, like it would have been 1440p, right? Or maybe 1080p. No, it would have been 1440, 60 frames, and then 4K, 30
Are we
frames.
talking about like the hypothetical?
Yeah, like
60
if it would have
frames
came
per
out. Yeah.
What's up,
It would have been
Paranormal?
either 1080 or 1440 probably.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they'll do like 1800p if they can get away with it.
Yeah.
Like I've seen like Horizon Forbidden West performance mode is like 1800p, which is like barely perceptible, like lower than 4K. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's still really, really good looking.
Yeah. But it's just a bad thing. Like honestly, I think they should delay it. It's like, I know Xbox wants to get games out, but it's like, we've been starving for years now. Another month isn't going to hurt us. Just fucking give them the month to get the frames correct, and then that's it. Because like, I don't think this game's going to do big numbers anyways. It's Redfall. Like,
No.
honestly, this is like the least exciting first-party title that they have lined up right now.
This is one of those games that maybe if it was like a launch title, it would have got a lot of buzz and stuff.
Mhm.
But I think honestly, it's gonna kind of like, and Microsoft's gonna give it a big push with the advertising because it's really all they got going
Yeah.
on right
Yeah.
now. You know
What
I
el-
mean?
what else I got to spend on? Like,
Yeah.
But
It's like the same with Deathloop. Like, Deathloop was dope, but, like, not that many people played it.
I
It's
think Deathloop got a lot more shine because it was,
Early
one of
on.
one of the first, titles on PS5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
and,
Like
it's
if you wanted a shooter when you first bought your PS5, your options were pretty limited, especially if you wanted like a narrative-driven shooter. You know what I mean?
there was Call of Duty.
Yeah, but I mean, like.
Oh, you mean
there's
like
not
a
much of
first-
story
okay.
to that. I mean, there is, but it's not.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean. But I honestly don't think Arcane Studios does very well ever. Like, money-wise. Like, financially, I don't think they're ever just, like, selling, like, millions of
I
copies.
think
Like
Dishonored 2 sold pretty well.
that's probably the only one.
Yeah.
Like, and that's probably not that much. Like, I'm thinking it probably did well, but not like.
I'm thinking it did better than their other stuff.
Yeah, they're just not. They're not the fucking. They're not the team.
They still put out great quality shit most of the time, so it is surprising that they haven't put the effort in to make this 60 FPS. Like, I'm wondering what the dealio is there. You
Same.
know?
And I bet you we hear about it soon. Probably not from the actual company or from Xbox, but from somebody. It's from some insider. We're gonna hear something. So
data miners will figure it out.
Data miners,
right?
Anyways, yeah. So going forward, if you plan on making a game, make sure it can run 60 frames per second. Yeah. That's it. Like, or just don't make a game. You got two options.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Jamel said.
Yeah.
So it's finally happening. We called it. We absolutely called it.
Yes.
We're getting a Quidditch game.
Hey.
But is it DLC or what?
No, it is a standalone. Yep. So Warner Brothers. This is Christina Alexander over at IGN.
They wouldn't make as much money off of DLC, Jamel.
No, I wish they would have though. I wish they would have incorporated it into the Hogwarts Legacy world. Like that'd have been really cool.
Well, is it going to be modern? Like, is it? A stupid question, I guess. But is this set in like modern time, or is it set in like ancient?
I don't know.
Fucking.
Let me read the article.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't.
Hey,
I wanted to save reading the article for
the attachment rate though for the Harry Potter game. It's just like a fucking sold out. Like everybody bought that game, So like I don't see why they wouldn't just make DLC for it. I think it would sell like hotcakes.
It could probably
$20 DLC. Everybody
$10 even.
Well,
you could get away with $20.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean. People
and it might still happen too.
I don't think so.
Like if we get more DLC as in like other years and stuff for Hogwarts Legacy, we could see it happen.
I don't know. With what you're about to talk about, I doubt it.
So Christina Alexander over at IGN. Warner Brothers Games has announced a standalone Quidditch experience called Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, and playtest signups are now open. Ooh. I signed up earlier. According to the game's FAQ page, Quidditch Champions will allow players to partake in the Wizarding World's iconic sport and, quote, other broomstick adventures alongside friends in a competitive multiplayer setting. Playing the game requires constant internet connection, hence Warner Brothers Games is holding a limited playtest for people to try out the new Harry Potter title.
So they're trying to do esports, basically, with Quidditch.
Honestly, I think it's going to be terrible. Like,
yeah,
I think Quidditch as a game is just not fun to play. Like, I don't think it's... Like, they did that one Quidditch game on Xbox back in the day, and it's
just Quidditch World Cup was the shit back in the day.
I get it, like, the nostalgia is cool, but just, like, fundamentally, Quidditch is just not a good game. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun to read about.
There's a lot of people that disagree with you.
I mean, yeah. You can totally
college,
disagree with me all you
college
want.
Teams that play Quidditch.
They take their sport very seriously.
The point system is dumb. The fucking, I'm sure even the college teams have had to, modify the rules to make a little more sense. Like, it just, as it's written in the book, it
doesn't make sense.
Kind of a stupid game.
Like, you can't win unless you get the snitch.
I mean, basically. I mean, there's obviously, exceptions that they, and they're like, oh, it's a crazy game, this happened, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know, man. It's just dumb, It's just dumb.
Well, I'll play my Quidditch, and y'all don't have to, okay?
But, hey, don't get me wrong.
No,
I'm still going to play it. You know what I mean?
I hope I get into the playtest. It says during the playtest, you can either play the game by yourself or you can team up with friends and other people online. You'll also be able to create and customize your character to your liking. Quidditch Champions has been in development for several years at Unbroken Studios.
Who the hell?
Which is also lending a hand in developing Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Who the hell?
Okay, all right, it just my anticipation
comes
just went
out
down
at
a
one
bit.
frame per second.
But Warner Brothers Games released the following statement about Quidditch Champions' connections to the Harry Potter franchise alongside Portkey Games, which is publishing the game.
No, I'm just
While Portkey Games are not direct adaptations of the books and films, the games are firmly rooted in the magical universe of the Wizarding World. While remaining true to J.K. Rowling's original vision, Portkey Games developers chart new territory by creating fresh ways for the fans to immerse themselves in the Wizarding World. Yeah, so that's about it. So
Sweet.
Hopefully I get into the playtest and can talk about that here soon.
Yeah.
And either be excited or really fucking disappointed. So
I hope you do too. That would be sick.
Brent?
Okay, let's see. I won't read this whole article, but apparently in the most recent update for Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 Remake, the fucking ray tracing option has just completely disappeared out of the game. And it's currently unknown whether or not this is, like,
On purpose?
or some sort of accident. Like, so people are just kind of left wondering right now. And
I'm
ray
sure they'll
tracing
address it.
Yeah.
Lots of mysteries in the gaming industry right now.
It's an
Capcom
Easter egg,
hasn't
dude.
said anything
It's
about
an
it.
Easter
So.
egg.
It's an Easter egg.
Maybe there's some like really bad bug with it that they caught. No, because then
Maybe.
people would be talking about that.
Maybe
No.
it like melted somebody's computer in internal testing, and they're like,
Burned
"Shit, good
somebody.
thing we caught this."
They just wanted to get some buzz around the game again and just, make some news, some headlines.
Right.
Our bad. We'll put it back.
Yeah, we accidentally turned it off. There's just like a switch that says ray tracing at the
Oh, we
studio.
had it on low the whole time. Let's
So Rocksteady has officially delayed Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League to February 2nd, 2024.
26.
2024, quite a few months from its previous May 26, 2023 date. The developer announced the news on Twitter today, writing in a statement, quote, "We have made the tough but necessary decision to take the time needed to work on getting the game to the best quality experience for players. Thank you to our
they're redoing the whole combat system.
I don't think so. Thank you to our amazing community for the continued support, patience, and understanding." The statement goes on, "There is much more to share in the months ahead, and we look forward to seeing you in Metropolis next year." God damn.
In a whole year.
Yeah.
They're gonna Halo Infinite it. They're just gonna like redo the lighting system and fucking hope that the new coat of paint fucking makes everybody forget what happened.
Which is
I did not
impossible.
enjoy what I saw from the game, from the gameplay.
I
wasn't too like offended by it, but I guess enough people were that it's not coming out
until
anymore.
next year. Honestly, they just need to cut their losses and put this game out. Like, because I've been looking into this. I've been listening to a lot of people who have more knowledge on Rocksteady games than I do. And they've been saying that Rocksteady hasn't put out a game in 9 years. It's been
That's
9
why I think
years.
this has got to be so
Jesus.
good. You know what I mean? Like, it's just they've been working on it for so
Well,
long.
It's finna be 10 years.
Yeah, it's gonna be 10 years by the time this game comes out. I wonder how they get paid over there. But like, anyway, so like, my
$5 Arkham bundles.
probably. But it's like the game itself, like just from what they showed, looked very uninspired, and I think that's probably why people were so upset. Was because you have all these characters.
It looked better than Gotham Knights. I'll tell you that.
I will give it that. But that's not hard to do.
Gum on the ground looks better than that game.
No,
So-
space, yeah.
but the thing is like a lot of people are saying, even somebody in our Facebook group who commented on the delay said like the fact that you have Captain Boomerang or whatever and he doesn't have a boomerang, like he's just using a gun, is like just doesn't make sense like for the characters, like, and they didn't show off any of their powers, like
And they say they're all just using guns.
they're all just jumping around like it's fucking what was that game called on the original Xbox 360?
You're thinking of Crackdown.
Crackdown. It just looked like Crackdown, which was a cool game. But I think the problem here is that because people have an idea of what they want from a Rocksteady, game, that it looks bad to them because it's not a Rocksteady
Well,
looking
especially
game.
since it's set in the universe that they expect.
Create,
You know,
yeah. That, yeah, and also the fact that they're like, it's a looter shooter. Like, anytime you say that, like, people are just gonna fucking go nuts because for some reason that's just a bad word.
I really feel like it's going to have that Rocksteady DNA in it still. It's just you can't tell from, like, the videos that they've shown. Like, I think once you pick it up and play it, it's going to be like, okay.
See, but they should have shown that. They should have shown, like, more of the, like, story.
I think they should have shown a lot less and just put it out to people. You
Honestly,
know what I mean? Like,
they might go to prison for that, for fraud. I'm just kidding. Not like
False
the
advertising.
false advertising.
is it though? Because every game ever until fucking recently has been like that. You know what I mean?
Nah,
Like, where
I'm
you
joking. Like, they
I mean, I'm
ca-
just saying, like, we don't have to fucking let everybody rip us up and fucking show the game off,
That's
like,
true.
Like, I
Th-
think
they could have just dropped it. Yeah, they could
they
have been
must have felt confident in what they were showing off because they showed it so extensively. You know what I mean? Like, I think internally when you're playing it, it's got to feel fun because they felt confident about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
maybe sometimes you swing for the stars and you just miss.
Land
You
in
know,
the trash.
you land in the trash.
That's fair.
Wait, I don't even know if it's you swing for the moon.
Shoot for the star.
Shoot
Or
shoot for the moon and land in
among
the
the stars
Yeah.
or some bullshit.
Yeah, whatever
No.
science says or whatever.
Science.
Anyways, who?
What other was there any other big news? I mean, the Suicide Squad. We got several.
There's
As far
not
as
much
games
big
that don't look like trash. They had that Final Fantasy 16 fucking state of play recently, and that actually looks pretty
Yeah,
good.
they did like 4 hours of
It was
gameplay.
incredibly long.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I feel like they've shown way too much of that game. Like that game looks awesome, but just stop. Like just put it out already.
Yeah, I couldn't watch the whole thing. It was just really, really long. But it does look fun. It looks entertaining.
So, it does look good.
Here's an interesting one. Logan Plant over at IGN. So, classified Pentagon documents apparently spread through a Minecraft Discord server.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta, you commit espionage on fucking Discord. Yeah,
So
it happens.
Jack Tahira, a 21-year-old Air National Guardsman, has been named as a prime suspect for the leaks and arrested, according to New York Times bestseller. Or New York Times. And the arrest, like when they went to arrest this guy, like they had a full like SWAT team and everything, and then just brought him out in like shorts. Like he didn't even like.
Well, I mean, they ain't gonna
Like,
let him get dressed.
But and another weird thing though that I saw about this story is the news, like the news teams and stuff, the cameras, they were there before the police were. And all, yeah. Like there's a lot of weird things about this.
Because the government wants to make an example of this
They're
motherfucker.
They're probably
you know
going
what
to
I
use.
mean?
They're probably going to use
They
this
want
as
this
like.
broadcast throughout the fucking world, so they.
They're probably going to use it to push the Restrict Act.
I think what they're gonna do is ban Minecraft.
That seems
But,
like the logical thing to do.
He was identified as a leading figure in the now deleted Discord server Thug Shaker Central, where the leak may have originated. The United States military is facing a massive information crisis. And then this is more on the original story just to fill everybody in. So there's a massive information crisis after top secret U.S. documents regarding the war in Ukraine were leaked through multiple Discord servers.
This is
So-
super serious, you guys. They got our
Dude, what is it
Ukraine
with
documents.
gamers leaking like very like classified documents? Like War Thunder has done it multiple times now.
Why do that?
Well, War
why
Thunder
do
because
that?
of arguments on like accuracy of vehicles or some shit, right? Of like tanks and stuff.
So he's just pulling classified documents to show like.
Apparently, the dude he's like 21,
This kid,
and so he was just like hype about like he like posted in Discord. Like apparently he just typed up the text that he had read on it, and they're like nobody was paying attention, so he got mad, so he just took pictures of it and posted it in the Discord because he basically just wanted attention, being like, look at what I have, and
now he's dead.
now he's gonna go to prison for life probably.
Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, that sucks. Like because he's just a dumb kid.
War crimes.
You know, you commit them sometimes.
It happens to the best of us, yeah.
Yeah. That's how it works.
Just curious as to how he came across these documents, though.
You know,
He was like working at.
Because it wasn't very high up, or like he didn't have like high rank or nothing. He's 21, like.
I don't know. I honestly have never been in a military.
Maybe he was just like sweeping the boss's office, and he like.
Oh hey, look at these
started
papers.
fucking around on his computer.
just like they just have all the Ukraine war documents sitting in that one office. Like, but anyways, speaking of the Final Fantasy, did you guys catch the final Legend of Zelda trailer, Tears of the Kingdom?
Oh, I seen
Nah.
it.
Oh, dude. I'm hyped, bro. Like, I haven't been hype about a game in a long time. And, I just feel like as a gaming podcast, person, I should be, but this is the one. Like, I'm actually really hyped
I
about
might be
this.
more hype if I had a Switch.
Like I want to be
But-
hyped about it, but just I didn't like the first one so much that it's gonna have to be like.
I feel
so-
like you literally lost out on 100 hours of a perfect game. Like, you just because
I've heard that.
you
know?
really have. Like, it's like if you never played Persona 5 or Persona 4. Like, I'm telling you, you're going to go back one day and play it and be like, why the fuck did I not play this?
One day I definitely will.
You just have to get past the fucking, like, just forget about it, because eventually you get to a point to where you have so many weapons that durability means nothing. And you're so fast switching through your weapons, it doesn't matter. But, like, And then you get the Master Sword, and it still doesn't fucking matter at that point because you can't break the Master Sword. But it looks like we got something there.
Yeah, it was a while ago. So, it was paranormal. You said
Oh, it's paranormal. Okay, yo, paranormal. Sorry. But anyways, looks hype. Ready to go for that. So,
All right.
just had to mention it.
Well, let's see. Sega has officially confirmed that it's planning to acquire Rovio Entertainment, a deal that will see the video game company pay $776 million for the Angry Birds developer. In an official press statement, Sega's parent company, Sega Sammy Holdings, explained that it will make a tender offer to purchase, quote, the entirety of Ravio's outstanding shares and options. So, yeah, they should own it pretty soon.
It's a $1 billion purchase.
That's way too much for the Angry Birds developer, dog. That's all I'm saying.
So weird.
What have they done recently?
Angry Birds.
Angry
Just
Birds.
more Angry Birds?
They actually did like a really shitty Angry Birds, like the newest one they did, where people were pissed off because it's like pay to play basically, or like if you don't pay, then you have to wait like all day till you can play again. It's like
Jesus.
24.
They did an Angry Birds TV show. There's an Angry Birds VR game. So, you know.
Well, I think that's the main thing is that you have to think about all the Angry Birds IP that comes with this. Like the movie, they literally didn't they do 2 films?
Yeah.
Like they got the
What?
Netflix show.
There's
I
at
knew-
least
I knew
one.
they did
movie.
one,
There's
yeah.
at least one.
There's at least one. And then they got the show.
The fact that there's even one.
They got all the iPhone game money. You know, like it's probably worth it to them, especially because also I like how everybody was like, oh, dude, Microsoft is probably going to buy Sega next, but it turns out Sega's just buying other companies. Like it's turning into that. It's going to turn into that. The next
Microsoft's gonna let Sega spend $1 billion and then buy Sega for
For
$1 billion.
no, because their price has gone up because of that. You know, so it's like they're
Yeah,
probably
it is,
trying to increase what they're worth because they know that Sony and Microsoft are out looking for companies.
It just seems like a bad investment to me. Like,
Yeah.
Same as like Sony buying Bungie. Just doesn't seem like a good okay, one thing I will say about Microsoft is like despite the fact that we haven't seen a whole lot of new games coming out or anything, almost all of the companies that I've seen Microsoft buy, I've thought, hey, that seems like a good purchase.
It's a good idea for Game Pass.
Yeah.
It's definitely like one of those things where it's like you can tell that they know what they want and they're buying in that direction. So like, and I feel that same way. Like it's a good thing that Sony bought Bungie because they do need a first-person shooter, you know. But like, they have to hope that Bungie's gonna stop making Destinies and make them a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
You know. But anyways,
It's you.
it's me.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
I'm the keeper of the order.
The keeper of the order. Okay. So. If this would load, here it goes. Media Molecule co-founder and creative director Mark Healy has announced that he is leaving the studio after 17 years. Healy shared the news on Twitter in a thread reflecting on his time at the studio while also hinting about his future. He explained that he is, quote, proud to have played his part, end quote, in the company, but is ready to chart a new course within the game industry. After 17 incredible years of co-birthing and building Media Molecule, I've decided it is time for me to fly the nest, set sail, and chart a new course. Today is my last day at MM, he shared. From Little Big Planet to Dreams and beyond. Proud to have played my part and lucky to have jammed with some truly brilliant people and such a wonderfully talented community, which I will continue to be a fan of. But a strong cosmic breeze is pulling me, and my pirate heart is awakened. He just turns into a pirate, like.
Arr. He starts with like a Somali pirate.
I'm not getting any younger, so I'm going to indulge myself in the winds of my various curiosities for a while and see where they take me. But anyway, so he's leaving. Just last week, Media Molecule announced that it will be ending live support for Dreams this September, meaning that no more updates will be provided for the game and many community events will come to a close as the studio shifts its focus to, quote, an exciting new project.
Pretty sad.
Yeah.
But also, like, good for him.
Yeah.
Like, way to go, dude. Go chase your dreams. And also, it's sad that they're shutting down live support for Dreams, but at the same time, Dreams will still be functional, meaning you can still like create things and play things other people have created. So essentially,
Yeah.
Dreams will still be pumping out cool shit as long as people are still playing Dreams. You know what I mean?
But don't you have
So-
to have Dreams to play games in Dreams? Like, don't you have to buy it?
Yeah.
It's just like, I feel like Dreams should just be like on Sony's like platform. It should just be like one of those things. Like, if you have a PlayStation, you can play anybody's games from Dreams. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be cool, but Media Molecule wouldn't make any money that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like they're quitting support for it anyways. It's like at this point, just make it into a thing. I mean, it's a first-party studio. I feel like Sony could just be like, all right, while you guys are working on the new game, we're going to make this like... That way, Dreams doesn't die because there's so many. There's actually.
I don't think Dreams will die. I think it's such an easy to use creation tool that people will just.
Yeah, but you
use
can't
it for-
export shit. So like, it's like you can make a whole game in there and not be able to
It'll
put it
never-
on PC or do
never
anything.
see the light of day.
No, yeah.
It's like make it a way that people can play it that don't have Dreams.
Like RPG Maker.
Well,
Yeah.
and like and like you're saying, like now new people can't come to it and play
It's just-
play that content
It's like, why, if you see that a game has no future updates, why would you buy it if you don't already own it?
or put work into it.
It's like, so, or take Dreams, turn it into a platform, because that's basically what it is. It's like Unity.
Or are they
it's-
Are they delisting it, or it's just
No,
not
They're
getting,
just not
they're keeping
supporting
it
further
up.
support.
Yeah, you can buy
Okay.
it still and
Oh,
everything.
okay.
But still, it's like, they've made all the money they're going to make off this game. I'm telling you right now. Like, they could make a bunch of money by allowing people to pay. Like, I'll pay, a certain license fee to have my game exported to PC, or like pay to get the files for it or something. Like, they could make money that way.
That's
feel
an interesting proposition.
it's like, like all the people who put years into making, like, I don't know, Spider-Man in Dreams
Or
and all
even
this
just
shit.
make a PC version of Dreams.
Yeah.
Port it to PC. And
I don't
then-
know why they haven't done that. That makes the most sense. That should have been the first Sony first-party PC game.
Dreams on Steams. That would have been
Dreams on Steams. I like it. But yeah. Anyways,
Well, to keep in the people leaving, Frank O'Connor is the latest longtime Halo developer to depart the series, with Xbox confirming to Axios in a statement that the longtime franchise director has departed after 2 decades with the series. Quote, "We thank Frank for his numerous contributions to the Halo franchise and wish him well going forward," Microsoft said in a statement. Rumors of O'Connor's departure began when fans noted a LinkedIn update showing that he was no longer with the company. Oh yeah, we talked about this a while back.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. No longer with the he began as a content manager for Bungie in late 2003, where he wrote the Bungie Weekly Update. He joined Microsoft Studios in 2008, which allowed him to stay with the franchise even after Bungie split. So
yeah, apparently he started his own studio. I thought I wrote down like what the new studio was, but
hold on.
oh yeah, no, maybe we're talking about.
He's joining Netflix games.
Yeah, okay, Joseph Staten, another former Bungie director. Oh, this is a Bungie director. Okay, I don't know why I got Bungie and Halo mixed up. Anyways, I know why, but anyways, go ahead.
But yeah.
Interesting. All right.
Another Halo.
That was the most uninterested. Interesting.
I mean, one guy leaves the company, they all leave the company.
It's like that person that's just like, oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Whoa.
Wild, dude.
Wild stuff. Yeah.
Okay, Microsoft employees have shown off a concept for what an optimized Windows user interface could look like on Valve's Steam Deck handheld PC.
Yeah.
And by extension, how Windows gaming would operate on that system. In a leaked video posted online by Twitter user HOXOD, the pitch details all of the problems that Steam Deck users have with trying to get Windows running on the handheld hardware. And it originates from a Microsoft hackathon that was held in September 2022. This internal event, where employees pitch ideas to Microsoft higher-ups in order to get support for them, saw the team present a prototype operating system for the Steam Deck. Led by senior UX designer Dorothy Fing, the launcher allows for games to be opened up from multiple storefronts, such as the PC version of Game Pass, Steam, Epic Game Store, and more. Other improvements include an optimized keyboard and a floating taskbar. It's worth noting that this is just a pitch for now, but at the end of the video narrator calls for Microsoft to get serious about handheld gaming.
Get real, Microsoft.
So the company can improve its credibility within the PC gaming community. Currently, Valve does provide drivers to get Windows working on the Steam Deck, but the experience is far from optimal compared to the default Steam OS running on the system.
It would be cool if they did that, though.
Yeah, so
It'd be really
it
cool.
would be really neat, especially
yeah.
if you could dual boot it easily. Like, that would be really cool.
Because with that comes the ability to play Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
And Epic Game Store, which would be
Do it.
fucking
Figure
sweet.
it out. Fucking do it. Do it. Get real, bitch. But they're just like, just like at the end of like all this technical talk. As you can see, the UI would look like this. Just like
In conclusion, get real, bitch.
Microsoft execs are just like sitting there like, what the fuck? All right.
It's you.
Okay. Dark and Darker developer Iron Gate is being sued by Nexon for copyright, or is it Nexon?
Nexon.
Nexon. For,
I would pronounce it Nixon.
well, that's like the company that
It's
was all pissed
Nexon.
off that they took their shit. So for copyright infringement following a DMCA takedown in March. So as reported by Eurogamer, Nexon's lawsuit highlighted similarities between its own P3 and Dark and Darker, and also claimed some of Iron Gate's employees who previously worked on Nexon had signed a 1-year non-compete clause that stopped them from taking Nexon's trade secrets straight to a new developer.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so the lawsuit added that condoning the defendant's conduct would threaten Nexon, the video game industry, and all of the consumers who enjoy playing sophisticated video games.
A little low blow there.
Hi, shots fired.
Video game developers would not be able to invest years' worth of person hours in developing video games if their employees could simply transfer their employer's project files to their own personal servers and start a new company. Nearly half of Iron Gate employees are made up of former Nexon staff, though the lawsuit only names 2, Joo Hyun Choi and Terrence Sunga Park, as former staff who signed the 1-year non-competitive clause in their contracts. In terms of similarities raised, Nexon highlights that both games feature chests opened by the player character moving their hand in a circular motion, and that both games feature glowing potions worn on belts around the player character's waist. The lawsuit, which was filed on April 14th, followed a cease and desist letter and DMCA takedown from Nexon that resulted in Dark and Darker being removed from Steam. Quote, "We are currently working with our legal team to remedy this issue in the best manner possible," Iron Gate said at the time, saying the takedown was, quote, "based on distorted claims." Anyways, so it's just getting further and further into the legal realm.
So to add to
They
that,
didn't say it was based on lies, though.
Yeah, it's
Distorted
distorted
claims.
claim, yeah.
Is
So-
that it just like turned the distortion on when they said it? Like, what if you think about that sentence, distorted claim, what does that even mean?
Exactly.
It means nothing.
So to add a little bit to that article, because I had 2 on the whole Dark and Darker thing, you can still get Dark and Darker. You just got to torrent it.
Yeah, you just got to
Okay.
believe.
Yeah, Dark and Darker devs are distributing game on Discord as playtest goes ahead amid legal issues.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you got a torrent. I think it's through like a torrent. So yeah,
Cool.
if you want to play it, but let me get this one. Oh, so Kat Bailey over at IGN, former Star Wars Battlefront 3 dev, claims it was 99% done, but the history is complicated. So apparently we were about to get a Battlefront 3.
There
Didn't
are too many haters on Battlefront 2. They put too much time and energy into Battlefront 2 and made a dope-ass game. Everybody hated it. So
There's a lot of people that are still playing now, though.
Well, okay. They didn't hate it. What happened was when they came out, they fucking tried to rip everybody off with the like
the boxes.
the boxes.
Pay-to-win thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
it was a
remember
pay to
that,
win.
yeah.
And it was like
But it ruined the reputation of the game.
yes,
It did, yeah.
And
Therefore,
was
it's their fault, not the people's fault, because they made it. They're like, oh, well, you can play it and not have to, pay anything.
But it was like
4,000 hours
It's
to
like,
get like.
yeah, I thought it was even more, like
That's like
10,000
some
hours.
EA executives' fault, okay? Like the
Yeah,
people,
it's always EA's fault.
The fucking hundreds of people that probably put hundreds of thousands of fucking hours, maybe not that long, but they put a long
20 years.
20 years, years and years, decades of time.
Children, families.
Children's children have been working on this game, Jabel. You got to think about those people.
I know what you mean, though. It's not the developer's fault, and it's true. But the problem is it's not the people's fault either. You know, so like at that point we can't be like, oh well, everybody just hated that game when it was great. It's like, no, I mean, it was pretty fucked at first.
It was a good game. It was never a bad game.
It was beautiful.
No, but it was fucked at first.
Yeah.
Like the game was fucked.
The game sparked the EU to make a law against fucking boxes like that.
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Like the loot box system was atrocious, and
Yeah.
I understand.
No, but it's a
You
fantastic game, and it's really good now. Like if you go back and play it, it's really a really good game.
Well, they fixed it after like the first month,
Dude,
and it became a
especially
perfect game.
What's the hunt mode? The little bear-looking creatures.
Oh, the Ewok thing.
The Ewok mode. Yeah, have y'all
It's
seen
even
it?
got a decent campaign built into it. Like,
Really?
Yeah, like
Because the
there's-
first one didn't, right?
Yeah, the first one, that was one of the biggest flaks that the first one got. It didn't have a campaign.
Yeah, it was
mode.
only multiplayer.
This one put like a Star Wars version of like war stories in there, and so there was like
Yeah, you go through playing as the Death Trooper that turns good, right, or something.
I can't remember.
I don't-
Like it was cool though.
Yeah,
It's basically Battlefield with Star Wars slapped on it, which is great. It's a perfect thing.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I get what you're saying. But
but a little bit on this article though. I feel like it's been long. Quote: I feel like it's been long enough now to come out and say Star Wars Battlefront 3 was going to be legit incredible, and the
Wow.
fact that it got canceled 2 yards from the finish line is an absolute crime. Former Star Wars Battlefront 3 developer Michael Barclay tweeted over the weekend.
It probably would have been dope, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
Like with all the new Star Wars shit that they could pull from, like, you know, new characters to put in there, fucking
Dude.
old, you know, mix them all up.
probably would have thrown some Mando stuff in there. I'm sure.
That
Like,
would've been
Cal
dope.
Kestis would've been in
yeah.
it.
You would have had Cal Kestis, Mando, Kylo Ren, Rey, all the new fucking people.
oh,
you
maybe
know?
not. So Barclay was referring to Free Radical's Star Wars Battlefront 3,
no, the old one.
which was in development until it was canceled in 2008.
Yeah, that's the
Oh.
original. They,
but
That probably would have been dope too, though. Okay, in just a different.
okay,
kinda
they
way.
didn't specify that it was. I thought they
There's
were
a-
talking about like the modern.
2008, so
That-
that would have come out around the time like Mass Effect and Fallout and stuff was.
yeah,
coming
there's
out.
actual footage.
Oh, so
of
this wasn't
game.
even the franchise that we were talking about. This
Yeah.
was the
No,
old
no,
Battlefront.
No. I'm imagining like brand new, brand new.
I was too. I guess if we would have read some of the
You can
article,
see
we
No,
would-
it's okay. You know?
I'm almost positive you can see video of this game, like gameplay.
I bet it's tight.
I mean,
Yeah.
it looks old, but it's still like at the time it would have
Probably
been
looks
tight.
better than Battlefront 2, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course.
original Battlefront.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
about to look this up. Hold up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you check that
Damn,
out.
well, that's even more disappointing because the OG Battlefront 2 was amazing.
Mhm.
Like, damn.
That was my shit.
It really, yeah, that was so. I mean, so good that I just recently bought it on Steam just to have a nostalgia trip.
While Brent's looking to see if that's a thing. From Software's Hidetaka Miyazaki has been named one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people of 2023 following the release of the smash hit open world action RPG Elden Ring in February 2022. Time publishes a list honoring the 100 most influential people each year who, in the opinions of the magazine editors, were most responsible for shaping the year. As noted by VGC, Miyazaki is only the second video game developer ever to be listed for the prestigious list, following the wake of Time's 2007 selection of Nintendo's Shigeru Miyamoto. So that's pretty cool.
Damn.
Yeah.
I figured Kojima would have been on that list or gotten that before.
Yeah.
I don't think Kojima's done, like, changed a whole year, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like
Everything was talking about Elden Ring. Like,
everything.
like
Yeah.
outside of video game industry, even like.
And Shigeru Miyamoto is, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That-
No. Yeah.
But, like,
No, Miyamoto
Hideo
for sure,
Kojima is, like, a big deal in the gaming industry, but people outside of the gaming industry have no idea who Hideo Kojima is. You know, but, like,
Fair point. Fair point.
people who don't play games probably know what Elden Ring is, you know?
It's crazy because a lot of these levels look like they're like directly like the ones from fucking
The new ones?
The new ones, yeah. Not this one, but there was like, you know, a Hoth level that was like almost like the exact layout with the bunker and the
Yeah, so you
trenches
can,
and-
they have full YouTube gameplay videos of number 3.
That's dope.
Yeah,
It looks pretty cool.
it
Yeah.
does.
But
Anyways, what y'all got?
do y'all have? Wait, Brent? Who?
I'm out.
I'm
I was
out.
okay, I was say the order. I got one more.
Wait.
So Nintendo's piracy crackdown continues, and they win another court case against a ROM site.
Uh-oh.
Which ROM
Look
site?
out now.
So Logan playing over at IGN. Nintendo has scored another legal victory against video game pirates. Reported by GameIndustry.biz, the Paris Court of Appeals has ordered ROM site holder D-Storage to pay 442,000 euros,
That's not bad.
around 484K in USD, to Nintendo, along with an additional 25,000 euros to cover legal fees. Nintendo previously demanded D-Storage to take down the unauthorized Nintendo games held on its site, onefichier.com, onefichier.com. D-Storage did not comply, causing Nintendo to take legal action. The Paris judicial courts found D-Storage liable in May 2021, and the Court of Appeals has now reached the same decision. D-Storage can appeal the decision.
My problem with Nintendo is that they need to chill the fuck out because they don't put their shit out. Like, why are you suing people for games that you don't even sell anymore? You know, like
Because it's theirs.
there's no way for anybody to get these games and play them.
Sounds a
unless
lot
you buy
like
the Nintendo expansion pass that just came out.
The expansion pass doesn't come with fucking GameCube games. Where am I going to play a GameCube
Not
game?
yet.
I don't know, Brent. It sounds a lot like somebody who buys or plays a lot of ROMs would say.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they want you to be thirsty for it. So when they put it out, so when they remaster games like Metroid Prime, you actually go buy it.
Because the people who really want to play it are going to go get those emulators.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the thing is like, you know,
They want to remaster it and sell it to you, Jamel.
yeah, I can't wait
Skyward
to
Sword.
get the GameCube games on, you know, the online expansion pass where they give us one game every 10 months. Like, and then
I'm just saying
the
that's
Switch
why
2 is going to be out by
You
the
know
time
what
we
I mean?
get 5 games for the GameCube on there.
That's, all I'm saying is that's why they're doing it.
I know it's why
Yeah.
they're doing it, but I'm just saying, fuck them because they're not gonna do it. Like they're not gonna give us all these games. I'm never gonna get to play. You know, fuck it. Let's think of a good GameCube game. Eternal Darkness. They're not gonna bring Eternal Darkness to the online expansion pass.
No, probably not.
No, they're not gonna bring Geist to the online expansion pass. Like. Who the fuck cares if I go on and I get a fucking ROM for a game that's been dead for over a decade? Over what?
I'll tell you who cares.
Nintendo. They're like, money. Money. Anyways.
That's it. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out of news too. What
I'm out. I'll see y'all later.
All right, peace out, guys. No, that's it for the news this week. Now we're gonna jump on over to this week's hot releases.
Was this some hot ones?
Well,
Is
there
this some
was.
hot
We
ones?
got Minecraft Legends, which is
Okay.
coming to everything on April 18th. We got Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters coming to Switch and PS4 on April 19th. If you like the 8-bit, 16-bit fucking Final Fantasy games. And then we got Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores
Cool.
coming to PS5 on April 19th. Dead Island 2 is coming to everything but Switch on April 21st.
What?
Hey.
That's this week? Shit.
Yep.
I'm going to wait till it comes out. Not getting it.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely watch
Yeah.
some reviews. You know.
Yeah,
what
I'm gonna watch. Yeah, I'm gonna watch a lot of gameplay on that. But I think I am gonna get it though.
Yeah.
If it looks like, if I see like non-publisher put up gameplay look pretty good, I'm buying it.
If it's like an 8 or higher, I'll probably get it.
Yeah, duff. And then Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp
Oh wow,
is
there
coming
are
to
some
Switch.
hot ones coming out this week. Hold up,
Yes,
dog.
sir. April 24th. And that's it for this week's hot releases. It's a good amount of hot releases. So did anybody get any...
I wasn't.
I did forget. I'm sorry.
Didn't you have some last week that we didn't
I
do?
deleted it.
Fucking hell.
It was Minecraft related.
Okay,
If you
hold
can
up.
just imagine what some kind of crazy Minecraft trivia would have been.
All right, I'm just gonna pull up a game and I'm gonna read the synopsis and I want you guys to
All right.
try and guess
Make
what
it
the
a
game is.
crazy one. Make it a hard one.
Okay.
I know a lot of games, Jamel.
I know you do.
I know less games, Jamel.
I know you do.
I know you don't.
Okay, what's a good one?
So Brent, this weather we're having, it's pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, I got some for you. I
All
got
right,
some
lay it
for
on
you
me.
boys. Hold on.
Lay it on me. I'm ready for the action. I'm ready for the big guns to come out.
You guys are gonna lose this one, unfortunately.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Oh yeah.
Bring it
Oh yeah.
on.
We're not gonna lose it if you don't ever find it.
Bring it on.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Hold on. Here we go. And I don't think Devin would know this one,
Nope.
unfortunately. But because I don't know
Don't
how far his.
underestimate.
Okay. Here's
No,
the here's the synopsis.
I think he's overestimating.
Dang it. Here we go. 22nd century Earth. 5 years after the rebellion on Redacted. For the last 15 years, Sopot, the corrupt dictator, has oppressed the people of the Commonwealth. His relentless pursuit of unification with the neighboring United Republic has left the country soaked in unnecessary bloodshed and poverty. This game came out in 2003. I'll tell you that much.
Sounds like a Final Fantasy game or something.
No.
Okay.
Well, Jamel, you're right. I have no fucking clue. I don't even have a guess.
Here, I'll even give you guys. It takes place on Earth, telling the story of a group of elite soldiers, including the main character. I'll even tell you the name of the main character because I doubt y'all will know. Alias. These soldiers were physically enhanced by a secret technology originally developed on Mars. Lance Henriksen provides the voice of the squad leader,
Is it fucking Warhammer? Or something?
Molov, and Jason Statham voices the vehicle expert,
Jason
Shrike.
Statham?
What? Yep.
Hold up. Okay.
StarCraft?
Is this like Siphon Filter or some shit?
No. Close though. I feel like it's actually not even close at all. But like it's around. It came out in 2003. So imagine you're like 12, maybe. No, you're probably not even 12.
Right.
You're 11.
It's not
Or-
Metal Gear Solid.
No,
'Cause Jason Statham wasn't popular then yet. Hold up.
no. I'm fucked up for choosing this one, but you know.
No, it's okay. I wanted you to give me a hard one.
I didn't.
All right. Go ahead and spoil it for me, but you got to give me another one after this. Hold up.
Okay, I'll give you one more, and it's Red Faction 2.
I would have got there eventually.
Would you?
I don't know.
No, I would not.
Okay. Here we go. Dang it. Oh yeah, I got one. I don't even know if you guys have played this one though.
All right,
That's
lay
the
it on me.
problem.
That's okay. That's the whole point of the game. Come on.
Okay, give me a second. I
Come
gotta get the synopsis.
Come on, get out of here. Man.
I don't know what it is already. No,
I'm stumped, bro.
I'm done.
I'm stumped.
I'm out. Can
Okay.
I call a lifeline?
Okay,
Just
here it
call me.
goes. Okay, I'm trying to find a good synopsis. Here we go. Okay, cool. So, a pair of death row inmates, a mercenary named Redacted, and a schizophrenic named Redacted.
Kane and Lynch.
Damn, that was quick.
Yeah, we got to go a little harder than that.
I didn't. I've heard of Kane and Lynch, but I never played.
I never played it either. That's why I thought it would be hard.
It was either that or Army of Two.
I was gonna say Army of Two until you said a schizophrenic. I was like, I don't think he was schizophrenic.
That probably would have made the game better, honestly. Okay.
give me one more. This is fun.
One
I'm
more.
sorry.
One more.
I suck at these.
Nah. Give me. No, I can't even.
I mean, that was two.
Yeah, those two. That's good. I'll get some good ones for
Yeah,
next
let's-
week because
yeah.
I'm going off the top of the
Sorry,
dome.
I'm just having fun over
Yeah,
here.
I enjoy doing it too, but like I can't think of anything for some reason.
All right, next time.
Okay. Yeah, because I would have done like
Tune in
Super
next
Mario
week.
64 or something. It would have just been too easy. I gotta think. But
When his
remember,
girlfriend bakes him a cake,
Yeah.
Redacted has to go through crazy shit.
Super Redacted goes.
Still wouldn't guess it.
Yeah, it was just, I'm lost, bro. No, but remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak podcast
man-
courtesy of GameSpeak, huh?
The main character's name is Mario. Still lost.
Of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to join us and the rest of the GameSpeak podcast community at dsc.gg/GameSpeakPodcast.com. Well, forget the .com part. All the rest of it, though. Check out our other video content on YouTube. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle AlJaffer Brent at Brent has one. That's the number one. And Devin at Devondreas. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners,